Welcome to Spanner Works, this is the second video in the series of refurbishing my colleague's record player, this very nice Bush with a BSR deck. What I'm going to show you this afternoon is a little bit about the underside of this and also some of the work I've done to date. So we're looking at the deck without the turntable on, and what I've done is I've actually removed the turntable. Here's the turntable, and what I've done, I've cleaned up all the bits underneath, taken the rubber off because there's a rubber piece which fits over here. I've taken that off, given it a really good clean, and removed the C-clip which holds this onto the middle, so that comes up. And I've done that, so I've cleaned that off. And then the second thing I've done this afternoon, I've had a bit of time, is to actually clean off the little sprocket, whatever you call it, this part, which actually then does the return for the arm. Because when you've got the drop down, it then returns the arm to the normal position and turns off the whole mechanism. So I've cleaned that out. That was full of sort of caramelized oil there, grease, which a lot of these players seem to suffer with after about 40 years. It all goes a bit gunk, and then the whole thing just seizes up and ceases to work. It hadn't been the case with this machine. I have to say it's been well looked after. I've also given it a general clean up, with some cleaning fluid. There's this rather lovely Rexon type case here. So I've done that. So, and the other thing I've done is I've actually soaking at the moment in some turpentine the little ring which actually acts to actually help the turntable run. It's got some ball bearings in there, so the bearing, if you like, I suppose, is a better word to put it. And I've just cleaned up all the other sprockets where that cog fits. So the other interesting thing was, when I last did the last video, I said that the amplifier was probably on a chassis at the front here. In fact, that isn't the case. And if I just move the camera around, I'll show you. Okay, in fact there's no valves there at all. It's a two-stage amplifier. So if we just turn that round again, I'll actually see whether we can, I'll show you that. If I lift the deck up here, you can then see we've got two very nice valves, UCL82 and a UY85, and these actually, they're tripode. They actually act as a small amp and obviously a rectifier valve for the mains as well. They're all there together, so I think you can probably see that quite well there. And they're the ones that are doing the job basically. So we're going to, and then underside of here, what I've done also this afternoon is actually cleaned off all of the gunky stuff from underside of the player itself. Now the motor is going to need some oil, probably some grease packed into that bearing. This was the noisy bit we had earlier, and so I'm going to do that as well. And then obviously I'll be re-greasing with some oil on that side. You notice that I've actually secured the motor board so that it doesn't move. It's normally sprung, which helps these sudden movements that people have when they've got the player on. So and that helps a lot as well. Also make sure that you secure the arm here. Still got the test cartridge. I've actually ordered one from a chap called Tony on eBay. We've actually worked out the values of these. So it's a medium one for a BSR, and actually he's going to throw in the 78 stylus, so that should be quite good, because George, my colleague at work, wants to play his George Formby records from his uncle, so that's part of that game, as it were. So, but anyway, I just thought I'd do a bit of an update, and in the workshop here, and no doubt part 3 will throw up a few more bits and pieces. Thanks for watching.